un cocktail sur les aspects de
this morning have to do with being on the front line. And I want to rising ocean. We're having to relocate 2 of our communities to higher ground, the place where our ancestors...
many terrific collaborators. So we'd like to dive right in.
We believe that not only can tribal nations lead the United States in terms of policy development and pricing carbon, but we can also lead in attracting green energy and new technologies to indigenous lands and with indigenous peoples, because we have standing globally to enter markets that domestic companies might face, otherwise face political limitations. So in a very real way, I think tribal nations have standing and position to not only lead the policy level discussions, but to lead innovation to attract foreign investment to the United States that otherwise would never see the shores. Yes, I think it's important for everyone globally to understand we have no margin for error and we have no time. And so not only are we trying to overcome to face the critical issues of our generation and of today, but there's a multiplier effect that results from inaction. And so the cost of inaction not only impacts the lives that we have today, it's going to make things more difficult for our children and our grandchildren. We do not want to shirk this responsibility of our generation. We want to do everything that we can. I think that's why it's so important for groups like that We Are Still in Movement. It's a broad sector. No one is immune from climate change. We're all responsible, and we all need to come to the table to find solutions.
On 1.5 degrees, it showed us that the impacts from climate change that we thought we would see at 2...
in a bipartisan way to bring forward a bill on a carbon fee and dividend, not a carbon...
For 2 reasons it's really important. First is in the United States it's important that folks here in the talks in Poland understand that there is a strong movement in the United States that supports the Paris Agreement, that represents over half of the U.S. population, $10 trillion of the U.S. GDP that is still in the Paris Agreement and that supports climate actions. The second reason it's really important is that globally we're seeing that just having national governments responsible for fighting climate change is not enough. That we need to have businesses and cities and subnational leaders fully embracing their responsibility to implement the Paris Agreement, and that's what we're going to need to reach our goals.